Okay folks, I'm going to continue our tutorials today, and we'll do a little bit of review here. First, I always think file organization is really important, so for this lesson here I'm going to open up or create a new folder. I've done this before. Alright, we're on lesson 4 here, so I'll type rename the folder lesson 2.4. Okay, and then I'm going to I have an image here, and I'm just going to drop that in there too. Alright, so I have my lessons from before, lessons 2.3, and I'll put 2.4 over here. Alright, so what we're trying to do here is display images in this particular lesson, and we'll look at the HTML code to do that, and we'll look at also some file management issues involving relative links versus absolute links. Alright, so I have an image in here, and what I'm going to do, there's my image, just a picture of me. Okay, so I don't like the way that's displaying, so I'm going to display that, just show the details here, and I will create, let me minimize this, boom, and again I'm going to go through this whole process. I'm going to create a new text document. Okay, and if you're having problems where you're not getting file extensions, go back and review some of your earlier material here. So let's go ahead and we're gonna create a file lesson 2.4.1.html or HTML. You can use HTML or HTML, either one will work. Get my little message here about file extension changes and how it's going to impact association with particular programs. I'll hit yes, and boom, it's there. Right click on it again, open with my text editor, which is Notepad, and I'm ready to roll here. Okay, so I want to do HTML. Okay, and let's put in my body again. Okay, and what are we going to do here? Let's display an image. Okay, tag for an image is img, and then source, and then you have to indicate where that source is. Okay, so my source is equal to, and I'll put this in quotes, it's whatever the name of my file is. So I'm going to go back and look at a little file management. Now this lesson and this image are in the same, this is a JPEG image. I usually utilize JPEG or GIF images. I think PNGs display fine too. But do you see how these are in the same directory? So I can reference this, and I'm going to use a directory marker. So I'm going to say a relative path. I'll use a period to say from wherever I am, okay, wherever this file is, we're going to start there, and then we'll just reference. I forgot the name of it. Let's go back and look again. Is it Tom.Gallagher or Tom Gallagher? Okay, it's Tom Gallagher, so no dot in there. Dot JPG. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and that will, now when I call that up, I'll save that. In fact, let's put a little more narration in here. Let me put a header in again. Add images to an HTML document. Okay. Alright, we're looking at using a relative link. Okay. White out my screen here. Just a slight bit. Okay. So I'll save. And then I'll multitask back over to my folder here. And I'll open this up using my web browser. And you notice, here we go. I've displayed an image in there. Okay, so taking a look at the code, I have my image in there. Alright, let's do this. Let's start another paragraph here. And I'm going to put these vertical. So use the BR tag again. Whoops. Here I'll use the paragraph tag. And I'll refresh. Okay, I used F5 there. Here's using a relative link. Alright, now let's use an absolute link. Alright, so an absolute link, I'm going to open up a new browser window here, and I'm going to go to Google. Let's do this, www.google.com, and I'm going to just find an image. Okay, so I'll go to Google Images, and I'll search for I like to fly fish, so we're going to find a steelhead. Steelhead, I got steelhead trout. Let's see what we find. Big Lake Erie. Come on, let's find something here in the western part of the states. Here's one out of, looks like Alaska. And we'll point to the full. Okay, so there's the full image. Nice, beautiful steelhead. And so I'm going to use an absolute link. So this is when I say an absolute link, this is a URL. And you see it ends in a JPEG. Okay, so I copy on that. Go back over to here. And let me put a little text in here using an absolute link. Absolute link. Okay, I'll do a BR. Go down here. And I'll say now my image source is equal to, and I'll put the absolute path in there. It's a great big long one. That's okay. Okay, and then I end it. Okay, so now my image source, the address there is a URL. And I'm going to save it. And I'll go back over here and I'll refresh. And so here I've added a absolute link. Okay, look the code again. Alright, so here I just have a header. I have some text. I have a carriage return. I have my image source. Okay, so that's a relative link. My relative link, I use a dot operator to indicate where I currently am in a directory structure. And then a / and then the name of the image. Okay, here I'm using absolute length. Okay, I use my image source tag, put in the URL, okay, and close it off. Alright, that's the end of this tutorial.